What if I never see them again? What's the point of getting to know somebody if you know that you're going to eventually say goodbye to them, probably for forever? Those are the questions I asked a friend when I was on the phone with them the other day, and she told me, love because you can. And I could kind of understand where she was coming from, but I didn't truly grasp it until last night. I was on the phone with another friend talking about someone who I met a long while back, and it was cool getting to know them because we just had a special time together and it felt like an instant click. We only knew each other for a month, but I eventually had to move away. What I took from that was getting to know somebody for such a short period of time could make that connection all the more sweeter because you haven't gotten to the part where it's the boredom stage or the hard stage. For that short moment in time, you guys were just vibing and you guys get to remember it on such a wonderfully high note. There's no plateau. And instead of being sad or wishing I could get back to this person, because don't get me wrong, I do, I just think it's always nice from what friends have told me to just appreciate it for what it was and always cherish it as a memory. But one thing that really has helped me let it go in a time of boredom or being stuck and having nothing to do but ruminate and reminisce, is that there's no shortage of other wonderful people that you can brush shoulders with because we're a sea of people. I don't know if you've seen Tron, but there's a certain part in that world of those films that's called the Sea of Simulation. And it's just a gajillion pixels. That's a sea that's constantly flowing, going nowhere, going forward. And I like to think of us as people that way because, well, there's billions of us on this planet. I used to think that, oh yeah, when you meet the one, they're going to be your soulmate, they're going to be your everything, they're going to be undoubtedly perfect and have everything you need, they're going to be your better half, right? And as I've gotten older and only had one relationship or sort of relationship for what it was at that time, I learned that no, you have the one thing that's certain in life is that you have yourself. And having experienced moving around a lot as a kid, you have many multiple experiences with a bunch of people, and those people eventually fade into memories. I always used to want to be connected with everyone all the time when I was a kid, especially in elementary school. I wanted to check in on everybody, I wanted to be united with everyone. I realized as I've gotten older that maybe I don't want to. And honestly, you can't, especially if you're really being yourself. Some people you won't get along with, and some people you just won't feel as attached to. And I used to think that everyone that I only shared a few short sentences with, it was my undying responsibility to check in on them or connect with them, even though they weren't off the top of my mind. It's not a crime to not have people on your mind all the time, especially people that you don't really talk to, because otherwise you would have been talking to them. And so it's okay. So if you're somebody that's wanted to just latch on to people a lot growing up or just hates saying goodbye, just know that it's okay because we're a sea of people and appreciate it for what it was. I wrote something down. I think I've been the one that's wanted to be cool with everyone, keep them close, but I've solemnly learned, but also accepted that I can't. and cherishing the time we spend together makes it special. So, friendships, relationships, whatever it is. And it's nice. This is kind of a continuation of my previous video called Let Them Go. You'll live without their memory. And I just wanted to come on here today and share some new things that came to me. I do think that I don't know what to think about soulmates anymore. It's totally believable to believe in that, but I also don't think that there is a one anymore because there's just too many people to connect with. And the last one of the last points I wanted to make was the beautiful thing that's been able to make me let go and look forward easier is I've chosen this new belief that we're all going to the same place. And maybe after death, you can see them again. You can brush shoulders with that person again. That childhood friend who slowly faded into an icon on your follower screen. That person you went on a few dates with, but they didn't quite work out. That failed talking stage. Those high school classmates from gym class. Yeah, that's the one thing that's made me want to start this video today, which was the belief of knowing that you can see them again in some way, shape, or form after death. That's what I choose to believe as I move forward and make peace with the fact that I may never see my childhood friends again on the other side of the country or someone that was special to me. Yeah, that's how I'm choosing to keep my head up. But yeah, there's also Instagram. But again, if you're no contact with people or people are too busy for you, in some universe, some afterlife, I like to think could look them in the eye and say, "Hey, how you doing? How are things for you on Earth?" Okay, that's everything for today. Have a good one.